Hello everybody. Okay, so I've had this Tandy 200 computer for a couple of years now, and this was originally belonged to a newspaper reporter. I can't remember what state, uh, but it's got like apparently like the newspaper would like you know sign these out. It belonged to the newspaper, but they would like lend them to the reporters, I suppose. And they would have these little notes on them, and they're numbered, as you can see there. Uh, I kind of hesitate taking this stuff off because I think it's kind of cool, you know, that it belonged to a real news reporter, and back in the '80s, and I think it's cool. So, but anyway, uh, the original Tandy 200 computer that was inside this had problems, and screen had problems too. And so this was the computer that I was going to use to turn into a TRS-80 Model 1, Model 3, Model 4 emulator computer. Uh, it took a while. I did not work on this continuously, but I would work on it every now and again. I would have to get parts, you know, order them and wait for them to arrive, and then have the time to actually put it in there. And I had to program the Arduino to do the keyboard. Uh, had to convert the keyboard to USB to connect to the Raspberry Pi. It just took a while, for everything to fall into place. It's still not complete, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to show what I've got done with this, and you may enjoy it, you may not, but that's what this video is about. So looking at this part, I've got a power adapter in the same place as the original. This originally was the contrast switch on the original 200. I'm going to put in a volume switch. This right here. It's got a speaker in it, but it needs to be amplified, so I need to build an amplifier circuit. I haven't done that yet. When I do that, I'm going to connect this volume switch, and it'll be right there, and it fits in there perfectly, or it will. The power button is another thing. Okay, right here where the original 200 had a reset switch, I've got, and it's a push button, I've got a flip switch as a power switch to turn the whole computer on. And I need to make covers for the ports here, and right here, I don't know if you can see that, probably not. Here is the SD card reader slot. I need to make a little yeah, I know I'm out of shot here. Okay, I need to make a little cover for that right there, and a cover right here. Now I'm going to turn this thing on so you can see what it does. Let's see. Okay, power cable. It takes 9 to 12 volts to run this thing, DC. And it's running SDLTRS emulator under RetroPie, and I've got that running on a Raspberry Pi Zero. That took a while for me to figure out. Originally, I had this thing running on a Raspberry Pi 3, but that thing is really too big to fit in this case. And you know, that's a testimony to Japan about how they were able in the 80s to fit a lot of circuitry into a small space. Because there's not a lot of space in this computer, in this box. There's just not. So that's really, you know, back in the 80s there were some people really doing some really cutting edge stuff, you know, and this happened to be one of it, even though this wasn't very successful back in the 80s. So I'm going to flip this on. Enough talking. Oh, what was the power switch on the keyboard is now a hard reset switch, so that will reset the Raspberry Pi from a hardware level. There's also a soft reset. That's one of the function keys. So I'm flipping it on. Color screen. And it takes probably less than 60 seconds for this thing to boot in to SDLTRS emulator. That's not too bad. You know, it'd be better. Oh, the LED, by the way, I turned that into an activity light, so that's pretty cool, I think. So it doesn't stay on all the time, just when there is SD card access. I'm kind of proud of this thing. It took a while to put it together and get everything to fit inside the case. So there it is. Okay, that was about less than a minute. Not too bad. It's got a speaker in it, but like I said, it's not amplified yet. And I just think it's pretty cool. Let me. There you go. Frogger here. And of course, it's got a lot of games built into it. I can hear the theme music, but it's so low, you're not gonna be able to hear it. But anyway, soft reset switch, I think, is it? Yeah, okay. It's F6 on this keyboard, and you can make it run faster by pressing F7. You know, like a turbo mode, because it's emulated. The menu screen for the emulator right here, so you can, you know, do various options. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see right there. You know, you got various options. You can also select the model between a TRS-80 Model 1, Model 3, Model 4, Model 4P, etc., etc., etc. And anyway, I really like this thing. It's pretty cool. All the keys work. That really took me. That was probably one of the longest things for me to figure out. Just the keyboard matrix, the wiring. I used a Teensy 2.0 plus, I think, and I tried an off-brand Arduino, and it would not work because it's not like a true USB something. You know, I'll probably do a video about that later on. But anyways, this is working. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool, and I thought I'd show it off. So that's about all for this video. I'm thinking about painting it. I'm not going to RetroPie it. I'm going to paint it. And I'm thinking about painting it white, which would go good if I put labels on it, because it needs to have labels to show what everything is. Or I was going to paint it gray, as in TRS-80 TRS-80 Model 1, Model 3 gray. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think it would look really cool gray. There's a guy on YouTube called AZ Shooting Star. He had took a Model 200 and put an Android tablet in it. Now he chopped up the keyboard pretty bad, chopped up the case pretty bad, but the end result looks pretty good. I think he should have went an Arduino route, in my opinion, but the way he did it, it looked like it turned out pretty good. I mean, he put a lot of work in it. You got to say that. Where he like actually modified I think the G and H keys and put a little mouse pointer, you know, with the little IBM ThinkPad little dot. Just crazy. Just the work he put in that machine is just amazing. He's got another video about like a mainframe reel-to-reel magnetic tape computer thing he built that looks fantastic. So check his channel out. But yeah, here is my TSR-80 Model 200 Model 1 Model 3 computer. It's not completed yet, but it's getting there. And so if you like this content, subscribe, like, ring that bell, and you can give me money on Patreon. I don't know where the link is to that, but it's somewhere on my YouTube channel. Good luck. Talk to you later.